Some might be wondering, what is the current state of our nation? In its first century, the United States of America rose to become the most powerful and prosperous nation on earth. It was revered as a beacon of freedom, a sanctuary of liberty, and a land of boundless opportunity. It attracted immigrants from every corner of the globe, each seeking to realize the American dream. And at the heart of this unprecedented growth was a foundational belief that every individual is entitled to the fruits of their labor, and that government exists to the people, not to confiscate their property or earnings without consent. America's early success was rooted in biblical principles, a steadfast faith in the Almighty Creator, not government, as a true provider. Its economic strength came from sound money, honest weights and measures, and a free market guided by natural law. And however, in the nation's second century, powerful interests began to infiltrate and reshape the government. Control extended from public institutions to the monetary system and beyond. A growing narrative told the people to rely on the government for their needs, subtly shifting their role from sovereigns to subordinates. Power was gradually siphoned from the states and the people, concentrating into the hands of an expanding federal centralized government, something we should have never ever had. High confiscatory taxes stifled innovation and productivity. It led to many to become dependent. The land of opportunity steadily was transformed into the land of entitlements. Now today, the private sector struggles to sustain the bloated public sector. National debt has soared to unfathomable levels with no clear path to repayment. And in desperation, the government seeks to raise taxes further, ignoring the fact that such measures only dampen growth and worsen the crisis. To contain a restless population, new legislation, often passed without constitutional authority, has curtailed civil liberties under the guise of national security. Increasingly, the people sense that their elected representatives no longer listen or care, and it's very evident. A growing number feel betrayed by the very system that was meant to serve them. Now, we need to understand how we got here. The transformation began with the Act of 1871, signed into law by President Ulysses S. Grant. Now, this act established a corporate entity that we all know as the United States of America, in all capital letters, which is to govern the District of Columbia. Now, over time, the states were encouraged to incorporate in similar fashion. For example, the sovereign state of Michigan, where I live, it turned from the state of Michigan to a corporate entity. It went from the sovereign state of Michigan to the state of Michigan, a corporate entity. And alongside this shift, the people themselves were subtly reclassified as members of that corporate entity, rather than as sovereign men and women under the original constitutional republic. Now, this marked the quiet but profound departures from a biblical constitutional foundation. And since then, our elected officials have increasingly served global financial interest rather than the people that they were meant to represent. Yet we, the people, continue to pledge allegiance to the republic, not to a corporation. As the Pledge of Allegiance declares, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. But we never voluntarily abandoned the Republic, nor did we renounce our standing within it. No, we did not. Rather, the federal government has used legal instruments such as marriage licenses, birth certificates, driver's licenses, bank accounts, social security numbers to draw the people into adhesion contracts rooted in the 14th Amendment. Now, through these mechanisms, the government has assumed authority over our lives, marriages, businesses, and even our children. Now, I know you didn't sign up for that, and neither did I. That is why we have to reassemble our states. These contracts have gradually stripped the people of their natural God-given rights and subjected them to a system of control. But we were never told the truth, nor did we knowingly consent. Now, the constitutional republic was taken from us. Some would also refer to this as a Confederate republic, because that's what the states are. It is a league of friendship with one another, to form a more perfect union with one another. But either way, now that the truth is known, it is both our right and our duty to restore this nation, America. We have to restore it to its lawful and rightful status. We need to return back to common law, original jurisdiction, back to a de jure form of government. And we must do so not with violence or rebellion, but through knowledge, truth, and the written word. Now, how do we reclaim our power? Well, America's restoration will not come through revolution or chaos, but through truth, unity, and courage of the people. We are not enemies of the corporate government, nor do we seek its destruction. We pray for our elected officials and recognize the challenges that they face, yet we have to also face reality. The corporate government is effectively insolvent, losing influence abroad and the trust of the people here at home. And as foreign nations move away from the dollar, the U.S. struggles to meet its financial obligations. A reckoning is near, but when the time comes, we the people, organized, informed, and prepared, will be ready to step forward. Our goal is not domination, but transition. To avert chaos, to preserve order, and to usher in a renewed era of prosperity. The only thing standing in our way is fear and a lack of conviction and proper knowledge. Are you ready to stand for yourself, your family, and your future?